All right, so following the Frankie Montas trade, I think now would be a good time to talk about the games that I've missed talking about in real time. I've missed 8 games recap wise, but I have been keeping up with it, although it is nearly impossible for me to watch the games as I am 8 hours ahead right now in England. So, yeah, the A's, last time I made a recap, they were coming off a 5-4 victory over the Rangers. And I got to be honest, the A's in the 8 games I've missed talking about are pretty good compared in comparison to like before. They're 5-3. They swept the Houston Astros. I'm going to get to that in a moment. But yeah, I mean the A's, some solid baseball. So yeah, the first one I missed following that 5-4 victory over the Rangers was a 3-1 victory over the Rangers. The A's had a very good outing from their pitching staff. James Kaprielian on the mound. He went 5 strong frames, 4 strikeouts. The only run allowed was from Domingo Acevedo, and the A's had a good game from Vimal Machine, and the A's, it was enough for the A's to win this one, and they beat them 3-1. Now, in the final game of that series, the A's did win the series, but they lost in a very close game against the Rangers, 11-8 final score. The A's, kind of had a convincing comeback, and then later 2 innings, they scored 7 of their 8 runs in the 8th and 9th innings. And so, yeah, they were down, 11-1, and then they score 7 runs to make it 11-8. But of course, it wasn't enough. Despite a good game from the A's, they had Nick Allen leading off, which was a little bit different, and he did produce a hit on the leadoff spot. Paul Blackburn, rough outing for him. He had 10 earned runs in this game. That definitely hurt his ERA. 5 strikeouts for him, and the A's did have a couple guys in the bullpen, but Paul Blackburn, not a good start for him following the All-Star game. Great performance there. Yeah, now we get into the Houston series. And I'll tell you, even though I wasn't necessarily watching the games in real time up to date, I was so happy when the A's swept the Astros. The A's have been playing some of their best baseball against Houston all season. That's just the way it is sometimes. You have bad teams beating good teams, and in this case, this good team, the Astros, could just not find an answer for the A's. So yeah, the A's won their 36th game of the year. In the 99th game of the season, they beat the Astros 7-5. Adam Oller, first career win. Adam Oller, say what you want to say about him. I don't think he's a very good pitcher, but you got to congratulate the guy from what he's been through to get out his first major league win. Took him a while, but he got it, and the A's got a good one. They had a 5-run 4th inning, a good game. They kind of have been experimenting with the batting order, and they had Vimal Machine in the leadoff. Didn't really produce much, but Elvis Andrus had a 3-hit game, also 2 RBIs, and Tony Kemp had a very good game as well. So did Sky Bolt. So the A's kind of had the bottom of the order producing and sort of the middle of the order producing. But yeah, good pitching as well. I got to give Aller credit. The bullpen did save him a little bit, though. So, you got to acknowledge that. In the second game of that series, the A's defeated the Astros once again, so they solidified their victory of the series. They had a good pitching performance from Frankie Montas. Frankie is a Yankee now, but yeah, in his last Oakland Athletics big moment here, he defeated the Astros. He went 5 solid innings, allowed 2 runs. The A's bullpen was great, though. Pruitt, Mold, Jackson, and Trevino, 0 earned runs. Trevino obviously is gone now. So yeah, the A's beat them 5-3, and that was a solid game. Very good game from Chad Pinder in this one, and yeah, grand slam for him. And so, yeah, I mean, the A's against the Astros, like I've said, they just had an answer for them. Their pitching did good, and so I was really happy with that. And, it was a very good performance for the A's in that one. And so, yeah, in the next one, they solidified the sweep with a 4-2 victory over Houston. And, yeah, that was a good one for the A's as well. They kind of got on the board early, scoring 2 runs in the second. The A's had Cole Irvin on the mound, who once again had a good performance. He struck out 4 batters. He went 7 strong innings, and the A's had 2 very strong innings from their bullpen. Acevedo and Puck each taking a frame. So that was good to see from them. I mean, yeah, the Astros, it's just so surprising how they didn't really have an answer for the A's, pitching-wise, and, I mean, really just all around. Then, obviously in the A's most recent series, they actually took the first game of the series against the White Sox. James Kaprielian, his second really strong start in a row. He went very good, 6 innings, only 1 earned run, and struck out 4 batters. Lou Trevino, of course, funny saying that now because he's gone, but he struck out 2 hitters and did get the save. The A's did have a good bullpen performance for the most part as well, and had a pretty good game. They had Jonah Bride leading off. Unfortunately, he went 0 for 5. But, experimenting with that batting order. Elvis Andrus, 3-hit game, 2 hits for Seth Brown. Seth Brown, very good game. He just became a father, and he hit a homer. So that was really good to see as well. Steven Piscotty as well. And bottom of the order really produced as well. Bottom 4 guys each got 1 or more hits. So that was good to see too. And the A's got a 7-3 win. But unfortunately, they would lose this series as they lost the next 2, losing a close game to Chicago in the next one. This game, they started out really good. They got 2 runs early, and then Chicago tied it. The Sox eventually won this game with a walk-off in the bottom of the ninth, and Southside got, they tied up the series, I guess. So yeah, the A's in this one, they had Paul Blackburn on the mound. Had a pretty good game, no earned runs. The A's bullpen choked it. Pruitt, I don't know why they put in Pruitt. I've liked what A.J. Puk has done recently, so I was happy to see him do pretty well, but Pruitt did not do good. Zach Jackson also kind of choked. And then in their most recent game, the A's lost 4-1 in a game that sort of wasn't theirs to begin with. The A's did get on the board first with a Ramon Laureano solo shot, but of course no base runners on, so the South Side was able to score 3 runs in the bottom of that second inning, and they had the lead the rest of the way. So yeah, guys, that's the A's 8 games that I missed talking about. I'm trying to get more consistent, but it is really difficult with the time zone and the fact that just very busy right now. But let me know your guys' thoughts. I mean, some of these games are like a week ago, but I think they're still important to acknowledge. This is some of the best A's baseball we've seen in months in this little stretch here. I mean, 5-3 very well could have been 6-2 and 7-1. Some of these games were very close. So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts. I'll see you guys later, and yeah, go A's.